Hi there, it's me, Elsie.
I have launched the world's first AI law student influencer. And you must be thinking, this guy is crazy, right? Why did he do this? What is this thing even meant to be? Are you all familiar with the various online influencers, various digital personas that have appeared? For instance, there's been a lot of kind of hoo-ha online about personalities such as Lil Miquela, Aitana Lopez, and lately here in London, Tilly Norwood. Now, all of those are not real people. They are AI generated personalities. And what they've done is that they have created a lot of followings online and they post beautiful pictures on Instagram and they make quite a great deal of money for their creators. And they've also got sponsorships from corporates and all of that stuff. So they have become a very successful marketing tool. Now, all of this, yes, if you've never seen that stuff before, you probably don't have teenage kids. Yes, so you're lucky. Um, Now, what's happening here is okay, we've got this phenomenon, we've got the AI influences, but we also have real world influences. These are online influencers who are very much real people and they're very present in the uh, graduate law domain. They help people at the beginning of their careers and where they're looking to qualify and all of these things. Now, what does this all mean for us as educators? Students prefer to a degree information to be given in platforms that they already inhabit by people who are at their level. So they prefer peer given information in social media platforms that the students are already in, as opposed to the stuff that we give them. You have all probably experienced that when we try to share information on institutional platforms like Blackboard or Moodle or whatever your institution's VLE might be, the students don't necessarily click on them, or they don't look at them, or even if they look at them, they don't pay particular attention. While I've been trying for years to pass on information in university forums, through Blackboard or through other mechanisms that are the official communication channels with my students, I struggle to get through. And then I find the same people online asking each other the same questions. So I'm wondering, how is it possible that students are asking each other on Instagram in comments below stupid clips what's happening in the module instead of looking at the module information on Blackboard? So the answer here is they prefer this information in the spaces that they inhabit to be given to them by people who are on their level, peers. Hence the idea. I thought, since the AI virtual influencers actually exist, it's a thing. And I know it sounds weird, but it's a thing. Could I leverage this technology to create an AI influencer that is a peer for my students that can actually communicate this information that I want to pass on either to students or to a general audience or to the general public, but they don't want to hear it from me. They don't want it from some sort of middle aged Greek dude. They want to have it from somebody that looks like and so I know you guys are excited to see me, but maybe not everybody. They want to get this information from somebody who is at the level of the media that they inhabit, the sort of communication that they normally consume. So I've created ALSI. Because I've watched a lot of sci-fi movies, I thought let's come up with an acronym that sounds like a person. So this is the artificial law student influencer. Give me the thumbs up if you like the name. I mean, I tried really hard on this one. I workshopped this with ChatGPT for ages. Yes, thank you. So ALSI is meant to do in this domain what the AI influencers have been doing on social media over the last year and a half. How did I do this? What was the technology behind it? There's an immense amount of tools that went into creating this, but the idea was to create a consistent visual persona that has a video presence, a photographic presence, but also a voice that is consistent, in style and delivery that can be recreated across media. You guys are working on audio and video production with AI. You probably know that one of the greatest challenges is character consistency, how to get the visuals and the audio to remain consistent across generations. So this has been a challenge here, but I think I've achieved quite good results. What Alcy does is that she's a final year law student in London. I don't specify which institution. And she sounds like a Gen Z London British person. Why have these choices been made? Because this was the closest match to the demographic that I'm trying to reach. And she's spread her content across social media. She's on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Instagram. Not only do we have visual consistency and an attractive visual image, but we have an emotional, mental projection of this. And there's some interesting literature in this. What makes people follow artificial influences is not only how they look, but it's the backstory, is some information about who they are as a person and all of it. Now, I know what you're all thinking because I've been around these groups in the past. You're all thinking, oh my God, this is unethical. This white dude has created a pretty white girl in order to kind of capture the attention of the students, and surely there gotta be things wrong with this. We can discuss the things that might be wrong with this. But before we get there, we can think about the extent to which this is a successful vehicle to deliver this information. Now, what has happened here is that this has not made me rich. Because if I had already become a billionaire on account of this, I probably would not be in this presentation. But I've had some decent results. So it's racking up the views, it's developing in terms of followers and all of that stuff in the various social domains in which it inhabits, and it's actually doing quite well. If any of you are content creators and have attempted to break through on the various platforms, you probably know how difficult it is. So don't believe all these people on LinkedIn that are gonna tell you that, oh yeah, you just do this and then you're instantly famous. You're not. It takes a lot of effort and you need to know what you're doing. Now, it has been successful to a degree in getting traction. Is it working in passing on the message and achieving what it was set to do? The key challenges here are scaling. So yes, it's there, it works, it's consistent, it's effective, but can it reach enough numbers to actually be significant to pass the message to the audience? The second critical problem is authenticity. How do we deal with this issue? Now, Alcy identifies as an AI persona. This is notified everywhere where she is posting. This is not supposed to trick anybody into thinking it's a real person. The notification that this is AI generated and this is a digital persona is present absolutely everywhere. One crucial finding out of all this effort, people don't care. In the same way that they don't care about following other digital artificial personas, they don't seem to have a problem with Alcy being a digital persona. So it seems that the sort of emotional, mental reality and visual reality of it with the disclosure takes away this anxiety that is this real or not, and then people can focus on the message. Another critical challenge is kind of dealing with the haters and the kind of crowds that are anti-AI that are trying to shut all this down, but we can come back to this in the questions. So what have I done here? I have created the world's first AI law student influencer. Why did I do it? Because I thought somebody's gonna do it anyway, so I might as well be the first person that tries this on. Is this an effective mechanism of communicating with student audiences? I don't know. I think it will be. I think it's an interesting idea. We need to collect more data. This needs to run for 6 months, a year and a half, and then we will be able to tell. But I do think this is leveraging an interesting technology to address a communication and engagement problem that we actually have. Alcy is an independent product. She's not a university product. So she's meant to communicate with student populations on social media, not within institutions. And that's why ALSI is owned by my consultancy company, is not owned by the institution. Were we to launch a similar product within an institutional frame, then yes, ALSI could operate as an interactive avatar, and then she could be a brand ambassador, a student representative, somebody to discuss with the students in terms of student support, yes. And this links back to the discussions and the presentations that we had earlier as to how we can leverage this technology for sort of 24/7 student support. But this particular experiment is an independent social media experiment, is not a university product. This has not been, ALSI has not been mentioned to student populations that I'm in contact with, not at all. And you can tell your journalist friends, this is the first disclosure that I'm associated with ALSI. So she has run completely independently of my social media presence from the end of August when she launched up until now. And the reason for this is I didn't want to pollute the analytics by having people who are following me to go and see what that is. I wanted it to run completely separately to see how it fares on its own.